And we're back. Now, in the last time we played ValiDate, Malik and Alonzo met. Alonzo was a huge barb, but he did teach Malik, or help Malik, internalize a really important lesson, which is it is okay to like men. And we will follow that up by Malik going on a date with a woman, Isabelle. So, I'm not salty about it at all. I just think it's really ironic that he just learned, that he just internalized that lesson, and then he goes on a date with a woman. But I'm excited to see whatever happens. I trust the narrative. I trust the writers. And I also played the Malik and Isabelle route in the demo, so I'm looking forward to seeing where this is gonna go. Plus, I love Isabelle because she's a theater kid. Or used to be a theater kid, because she's a grown woman now. A meeting at Pink Lobster. Content warnings, drugs, alcohol, partial nudity. Oh, I see. There's a lot in this world that you can't do on your own. You find yourself in front of your Popeyes around 10 a.m. It's dark outside, despite the fact that it's middle of June. The clouds overshadow your store as you fumble for your keys. It looks like it might rain, which already puts a damper on your mood. You hate the rain. You always find yourself thinking of your girlfriend. Or, more accurately, your ex-girlfriend. The ex who made you into the person you are now. Or, well, at least according to your latest mixtape. Ever since your music started popping off on Big Bok, you feel on top of the world. Record labels are flooding your DMs. You were always meant for fame, and the woman trying to slide into your Instagram DMs is pretty good on your confidence. You pull out your phone, notifications booming, something you're not used to yet. So many people want to talk to you, pursue you, and actually care about your craft. It's weird. You've been waiting for this for years, and now that it's finally happening, it feels weird. But you feel on top of the world. What can you say? It's the Sagittarius in you. He's a Sagittarius. No wonder. It's a Sagittarius. And he's light-skinned and a man. So it's it's all coming together. It all makes sense. It's around noon when you come out of your back office to make sure people aren't fucking around in the front. Business per usual. The bar on the other side of the building has its usual day drinkers, while the restaurant is still top tier. It's got a 3-star rating for a reason. You can't wait to quit this place for good. A woman around your age walks into the main entrance, looking a bit unsure of which direction she wants to go. You catch her eye, and her loud appearance fills the room with the energy of a high school musical. It's definitely Isabelle. And that isn't a good thing. Oh boy, he said theater kid derogatory. She ultimately decides to come to your fine establishment first, and you have to pretend you weren't watching her from the moment she opened the door. So, I'm thinking I want to drown... What? Oh, okay. Sorry, that sentence confused me immensely. But I figured out what it's saying. So I think I want to drown down some dry biscuits with a shot of tequila. Nice to know you don't drink much. Yeah, not much of a drinker. I dabble more in the cool drug scene. Nothing crazy, just the shit growing from the earth. You look her over, even though she's not quite your type. Still, a man would never turn away a plate of fresh fruit. So what can I get for you? It's Tuesday. We've got a special. 2 wings, fries, and a biscuit for $3. $3? Damn, that's a steal! At theater camp, they give the counselors a discount, but I'm really over those dry sandwiches. I bet they got y'all with those dry-ass turkey and ham sandwiches and expired mayo with mustard. Wait, with expired mayo and mustard? The mayo and mustard be expired? Who was gonna tell me? I knew the mustard was expired. Mustard isn't supposed to be spicy. Isabelle. Dijon mustard is spicy. Really? I can't really handle spicy food. My abuela makes fun of me for it all the time. Abuela? Eres Latina. Oh, so you're foreign, huh? Wait! Okay, see, I feel like if he starts speaking in Espanol, Isabella's gonna hit him with, like, the fluent Spanish, and he's not gonna be able to keep up. And that could lead to bad places. But I feel like So You're Foreign sounds like exoticism, to be honest. But, I'm gonna say let's try foreign first. But first, I'm gonna go back and get the save. Alright. So you're foreign, huh? Oh, with the light skin chin grab, you know, chin rub. The eyes, the bitten lip. It's Mailk. This is standard procedure at this point. She laughs in annoyance, shaking her head as she reaches into her wallet to take out her money. She sets it down in front of you. Obviously, you fucked this one up. I'll take that Tuesday deal. Mild. Is that all? You sure you don't want any dipping sauce with that? No thanks. I have to go anyways. You serve her her food and watch as she walks out. Damn, maybe you shouldn't call women you hardly know foreign. Not everyone can take a compliment. Dangerous door. What? She broke the door? Nah. No way. Isabelle's kind of badass. I mean, like, obviously I feel bad for the workers because, you know, they're gonna be, like, punished for, like, a customer breaking the door, but that's, I don't know, that's wild. I wasn't expecting that. So, lesson learned. Don't call Isabelle foreign. I didn't think it was a good idea to begin with, but, you know, I'm just trying to get every ending. So I said, for once, let's start with the bad ending, and then strive for the good ending. So let's see, save and load files. Abuela, ¿eres Latina? Abuela, ¿eres Latina? Oh, I don't speak much Spanish. Oh, see? I mean, I do, but my Spanish is pretty ugly, so I try not to speak too much of it. Every time I do, people always have something to say. There isn't any judgment here. I hardly speak English. You both share a laugh, and the way she laughs is loud, louder than you expected. So loud that it fills the room. It somehow feels warmer in the restaurant, or maybe that's just you. See, I don't know, I feel like maybe Spanish speakers are very particular about, like, how Spanish gets spoken, but, like, I always get criticized for my Spanish, even though I thought my Spanish is, like, pretty good and pretty solid. And ironically enough, I feel like my French is terrible, but when I speak French, I'm always being told my pronunciation is, like, perfect. I don't know, languages are weird. You like your women hot enough to heat you up. That sounds stupid, but it could be a bar at some point in the near future. You make a mental note of it. The woman is quiet for a moment, realizing that everyone in the room is staring at her, and it seems to only push her into even more performativity. Maybe she's an actress, or maybe she's just a theater kid who never grew out of it. You realize you never got her name. Name's Mailk, the manager of this 3-star establishment. She lets out another loud laugh. I feel like I know exactly what her laugh sounds like, because I have been in theater, and I have met theater kids, and I know the archetypical theater kid laugh. I'm sorry, it's just the girls who get it, and the girls who don't have not been in theater. So, Isabelle, but everyone calls me Isa, and I'm the greatest singer on the East Coast. She has some pipes on her. Oh, she was singing! Oh, well, I'm not going back to sing that, I'm sorry. The singing is a bit of a distraction to the other customers, but you're the manager today, and you don't really give a shit. You don't get paid $21.50 an hour to block yourself from getting some pussy. Okay, singing, so you like musical and shit. Can you sing for me? Maybe in a few hours after I get out of work? Which one? I mean, I'm gonna do both either way, but... Hold on, let's go back. Save. Alright. Can you sing for me? Maybe in a few hours after I get out of work? Isabelle rolls her eyes, and you can tell you hit a nerve. You should apologize. Hey, sorry, was that rude? You've been getting better at apologizing and realizing how much of a man you are being. How much of a man? That's wild. Ever since what happened with Yolanda, you've been a little more careful with how you treat people. That's good. Her sobs still echo in your ears. Her anguish keeps you up every night. That's not as good. Yikes. It's fine. I'm sure you didn't mean it like that. Singing? So, like, you do musicals and shit. Her face instantly lights up, like you hit a nerve in the most sensitive part of her body. Not sexually, you mean. Although, it wouldn't be hard to hit that nerve, too, after all. You've been known to be a man of many talents. Okay, Mailk. Yeah, musicals. I do musicals. I run theater camps and perform on the weekends at the theater nearby. Bellicalisis? The one with the giant bird statue in front? Yeah, that one. I can't believe you know the name. Most people just call it the bird place. Oh yeah, I performed there a couple of times. You're a performer too? Oh, what kind of things do you perform? You don't even hesitate to tell her. It feels like you're destined to answer this question. I rap in my spare time. Well, I guess main time. My career is really taking off. Oh shit, you're famous? I have to listen to your stuff one day. I'm not super into rap, I'm more of a show tunes person, but I'm always willing to try new things. Oh shit, yeah. Despite your fame, it still is a bit of a surprise when people want to hear your music. You need to get used to it. It's part of the job. So I don't have a copy on me today, but if you give me your number, I can send you a link to my SoundCloud so you can take a listen. Oh, fuck yes. Here. She reaches into her purse to grab her phone, unlocking it before handing it over to you. Her phone has some kind of theater case on it. Typical. Save your number and text yourself so you can have mine. Yeah, I will. Hey, order whatever you want. It's on me. I guess you can get a manager's discount. Anything for a future fan. Really? Anything for a pretty lady like you. She blushes. Cute. You would give yourself a point for this, but you have decided that giving yourself a point for your personal wins isn't the most mature thing to do. Oh, he's growing up. She orders and you give her a tray, throwing some extra fries and a pie for her. You're not above giving free food, no matter how much corporate breathes down your neck for it. Unfortunately, as soon as you dropped off her tray, the restaurant started getting busy, and you were busy arguing with a woman over the price of chicken wings. You don't control the price, and if it wasn't for your pride, you would have let it go. But she made fun of your hair, and you took it personally. Well, I mean, was she? Because if so, yeah, keep your comments on his hair out of your mouth. Actually, it doesn't matter. No matter who you are, you shouldn't be commenting on a black person's hair, even if you're black. Like, did your opinion get asked for? If not, hush. Like, you worked hard on your hair. It's your pride and joy, the biggest aspect of your personality. By the end of your shift, you're exhausted, but at least you don't have the kids tonight. Your mother is taking them for the week as you transition from this job to your new one. She still doesn't believe in your music. She still doesn't believe your music is picking up. You'll show her. One day. You don't text the girl you met until a little while after the end of your shift. You don't want to seem too eager about it, so after a bit of fretting, you settle on not sending a BoundCloud link as your first text. You stand in the middle of your office, figuring out what makes a good first text to a gorgeous woman. You could flirt. That always gets you laid. But is pussy all you want from her? The phone in your hand dims as you try to figure out what you really want. It has been a while since you've gotten laid, but you shouldn't be approaching women with the promise to get laid. You've learned a lot about your approach to women in the past year, and hurting another one is the last thing you want. Fine, keep it casual. You can do that. Another phone sequence. Hey, it's Mailk from Popeyes. This is Issa, right? The automatically lowercase writing. I don't know if his writing has been like that this whole time, but I'm only just peeping it. And I think it's just chef's kiss. Perfect touch. I feel like that chef's kiss looked weird, but I'm not redoing it. Or was I just catfished IRL? Catfished IRL? That don't make no damn sense, lol. Yeah, See, I saw a tweet from the ValiDate team that said Mailk's route with Isabelle is just taking L after L, just like non-stop L's. So, and, munch. Oh wait, no, they said that was his route with Yolanda. Never mind. Forget it. That was definitely true. An hour or so passes, and you busy yourself with flicking through social media and deleting hate messages from your comments. Getting viral on Big Bok is a blessing and a curse. Oh no, it's me, Issa. Sorry, I was in the shower. Oh, don't bother with that without me shit. I'm not with it. She's like, let's get one thing clear. Like, this is what you will not do. Anyway, send that link over. SoundCloud.com/MailkDeGoots. Mailk Degoots. It takes another hour or so for her to reply again. You're nervous, really nervous. Why are you so nervous about the approval of a woman you met 8 hours ago? I eat the coochie up, it's a coochie feast. I eat the coochie up. It's a coochie feast. It's the fact that the animation, she's singing it with her whole heart. The coochie follow me, I'm the coochie king. Got coochie in my heart I'm a coochie bee. I can't. R.I.P. to your brothers, but I'm different. She recites some of your lyrics. You might be in love with this girl. He looks so shook. No, you're not. Oh, he's not in love. Okay, so you're a rapper now. Those are your lyrics. I would never say the N-word in my music. What? Isabelle, I thought you were Afro-Latino. Are you not? Oh. That's tragic. But it's okay. I still love you. You know, I would let you say it around me. I would never. Thank you, Isabelle. Like, LMFAO was just a test. It better have been. Like, Mailk, what are you on? Like, come on. It wasn't a test. But she doesn't need to know that. Mailk. You're disappointing me. You're disappointing me, Mailk. You've grown too much for this. Anyways, I would love to hear you rap in person. Maybe we can do a little collab or something. Oops. Caught myself in rap mode. Isabelle? I need... Oh, you be recording? That's crazy. Yeah, I record in the studio with some of my friends. I can get us a spot whenever. Just say the word. Shit, I didn't know you were on it like that. Hey, maybe we should hang out a bit more before we head to the stew. How about I take you somewhere nice? Fuck yes! She's so excited about everything. I love her. I'm free, I think, on Thursday. How about I meet you at Pink Lobster at like 8? Sure, why not? See you then. You tuck your phone in your back pocket before tidying up and heading out. You got music to work on. Prospects are in your DMs and you need to get started. Pink Lobster isn't somewhere you typically find yourself. You don't have much of a taste for American seafood. Maybe it was the bougie atmosphere, maybe it was the memory of your father preaching to you that American seafood was poisoned by the white man to make black people stay in poverty. Looking back on it, it really made no sense, but also, maybe it did. You've never had a crab leg in your life, and you're doing well enough to support yourself with your music. Not to mention the 2 child support checks you have to take care of every month. I almost said every 9 months. Imagine. With your music popping, paying bills has been a lot easier, and you really can't thank whatever higher power is looking out for you enough. Pink Lobster is somewhere you can't make a reservation to, which is a fucking joke. A high-end seafood chain doesn't allow reservations? What kind of bullshit is that? How are you supposed to impress a girl you might eventually want to wife up if you have to wait in line to get a booth in the back of the restaurant? You attempt to push the nerves away for a moment as you see her approach the restaurant. You check your breath to make sure you don't need to shove another couple Tic Tacs underneath your tongue. In your distraction, you don't realize she's right in front of you until you hear her laugh. Need a mint? You know we're about to eat some cheddar biscuits, right? She hugs you, and the hug feels natural and warm. It lingers a bit longer than a normal hug would. Maybe you both refuse to let go, but all you know is that the feel of her heartbeat against your chest is something you haven't felt in a while. Ah, poor boy is touch-starved. Hookups for you typically don't end in cuddling. The girl typically leaves, or you dip out in the middle of the night. What cuddling is... Listen. Cuddling? All that other stuff is down here. Like, I don't understand. Like, why are y'all not cuddling? Love on yourself. Love on each other. Alright? Maybe that's your fault. It is your fault. Oof. Nah, we good. We? Nah, I just meant we as in me. I'm good. She cocks her head slightly at you. She'll get used to your lingo eventually. The two of you enter the restaurant, and thankfully there isn't much of a wait. You're quiet as you observe the menu for longer than you should have, shooing away the waiter a few more times than you normally would. Never been here before? Just tell the truth. I don't really eat seafood. But I go back. Save. Alright. No, I really don't eat much American seafood. My dad didn't really let us when we were younger, and I never grew out of it. Oh shit, okay, so I can help you. My friends and I come here all the time after shows. She pauses to look through the menu for some time, and you watch her as she does. She looks focused, and the glint of the menu through her glasses somewhat calms down the nerves you didn't even notice you had. Your shoulders relax as you lean back in your seat. So, how about the ultimate crab fest? We can share. It comes with like 4 sides, and we can just eat off each other's plates. Yeah, that sounds cool. She calls over the waiter, ordering for the both of you. She's got more than enough confidence for you two to share, even though you typically have the energy of a broke man asking a porn star for free nudes. So, the like audacity and unmitigated gall, because I feel like that's just the vibe I get from that sentence. Like a broke man asking a porn star for free nudes. I feel like that takes... I know it takes some gusto, it takes some gall. Something about her though, it just sucks the self-assurance out of you like a vacuum, and you find yourself floundering for a way to continue the conversation. Oh, can't handle a confident woman. Tisk tisk tisk. At the very least, maybe you can convince her you're not just some boring guy who works at Popeyes. Maybe it's because you're used to women not having a lot of confidence. You're used to being the voice of wisdom and choice in the past. You're used to having authority in your home, calling the shots and all that. Is that a bad thing? Always going after women who don't try to speak for themselves? Women who you know will listen to everything you say no matter how stupid it is? Is that why you have 2 kids you hardly see? Is that why you've had the same job for nearly 5 years with no plans for moving on with your life until now? Alice was different. She talked back to you. She never took your shit. Most importantly, she challenged you. It all comes back to Alice. She challenged you to be a better you. Ever since her career took off, you haven't had anyone challenge you the way she did. You miss her. You wish things were different. It takes you a moment to pull yourself back to reality. You snap back to the woman in front of you to find she's been staring at you through those gray glasses perched on her nose. Hello, Earth to Mailk. Oh shit, sorry. I was too lost in your eyes. You're so beautiful, queen. Isabelle nearly rolls her eyes to the back of her head. Despite that, there is a small smirk on her lips. Whew, thank God you didn't blow that one. I was asking about your rap life. When did you start? You know, doing it. It was back in high school. Me and my friends would just cut class to go to this guy's house down the street. He was some retired DJ, but always played beats loud enough to be heard from the classrooms. Dope guy. He smoked us out sometimes. We would stay there for hours, freestyling and shit. You cut class too? God, I hated high school. Ain't we all? Why'd you skip school? Well, I don't know if you would count it as skipping school. We were still technically in school, just not in class. So you were a fake rebel, huh? No, I was bad as hell. We were just in the theater room all the time. Practicing for plays outside of school, watching musicals, theater stuff. I don't know if we're being real. Tell me about the theater life. So, theater life was it was so awesome. God, okay, never mind. I loved high school, actually. I got to do what I loved and didn't have to worry about paying bills. I was a choir director for the musicals, but I starred in a lot of them. Typically had the main role, but sometimes I gave it to someone else. There aren't that many humble people in the theater. Everyone is like me, and they don't really realize that for theater to work, people have to collaborate. Unlike rap, it's kind of just a solo thing, right? I mean, it can be. I've done some collabs with my friends and that was cool or whatever. But sometimes it's a relationship between a producer and a rapper. I make my own beats nowadays. I tried to make music once. Didn't go all that well. Yeah, I get it. I do more of the behind the scenes shit. I write all my raps. No influence from anyone. Well, I guess the women I interact with are my muse. Oh? So does that mean I'll be in one of your songs? We'll see. A rap singing duo would be good for your debut album, and she's pretty good from the little singing you heard. I was serious about that collab. I would love for you to be in one of my shows. I don't do free gigs. There better be moolah attached. Alright. I mean, maybe. Or I could pay you in something better. Sex already? Are you that good? Has your game really been that good? You can't bed me that easily. Yes, you can. Oh shoot. Not Malik admitting he's easy. Huh? Oh, gross. No, I meant free tickets to our shows. I could give you a summer pass. Shit, that sounds even better than some pussy. No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. But you guess you can take one of your new girlfriends there. The theater types are typically the freaky ones. So you've heard. So just because she's a theater kid, you're just gonna assume that she's non-monogamous? Funny. I mean, you see the slight color change in her skin. Even though you're across the table, you can still feel the heat radiate from her cheeks. You smirk, reaching over to rest your hand beside her own. Grabbing it would be too forward, and you really don't want any attention on you. You're seated near the back of the restaurant for a reason. She rests her hand on top of yours for a moment, messing with your fingers. Suddenly, you feel your heart in your throat, unsure of how to form words. Thankfully, the waiter returns with your food and she lets your hand go. There was a sense of vulnerability you haven't felt in years. You're not sure how to feel about it. Here, let me do the honors. Ooh, is that a crab leg? This is so aesthetic. Wait, hold on. Aren't those the same background characters that were in the Alonso one? Alright, there's something about those two characters. I'm gonna play the game more. I'm gonna hold my thought. I won't tell y'all what's processing. But I think something's going on with those background characters. And if I get more of an inkling about it, I'm gonna share it with y'all. Tell y'all what it is that's going on in my head. But I really like this picture. I really love Isabelle's style. You watch her as she cleans her hands with a little towel out before taking a crab leg and using a tool that honestly looks like it belongs in a toolbox to crack it open. She offers the meat inside the leg to you. Here, you eat the inside meat, not the shell. Well, I'm sure people can eat the shell, but I wouldn't. Oh, also you can dunk it in butter and sauces like hot sauce. This isn't really the place for good crab. I have to take you to a real seafood spot. You lean over and take a bite, chewing it and trying to figure out if you really like the taste. It's not terrible. It tastes as if chicken was raised underwater. That's funny. Not bad. You're quiet as you eat, sitting back and letting her ramble on about her theater life. It's sort of hard to listen while you're still trying to pick apart your feelings about the food in front of you. It takes a while before the table is filled with crab shells, and you finally lean back, actually tuning into whatever she's been saying. Theater is just hard, and people don't understand. I've been working on a script for the longest time, and I hardly have time to work on it these days because I'm directing and teaching young kids how to act. I love my job, I do, but I wish I could maybe not do my job, just do my own thing and have the money to support myself. I get that. Or did get that. This music shit is picking up, so I'll be making Travis Scott money because of Big Bach. But the journey to get here took a minute. She nods, looking away for a moment before letting out a long sigh. Being a creative is hard. It's hard and no one understands. Her attention darts to the crab shells filling up the plate between you two. You want to say something to help reassure her, but you can't. You don't think you can comfort someone yet. Wait, why can't you? You have spent the past year finding yourself, figuring out why you are the way you are. The root of your problems are yourself. You have to decide if you want to comfort her or not. If you don't, it will weigh on your conscience for the rest of the evening, and you can't have another Yolanda on your spirit. Yeah. You should comfort her. Glad, be nurturing. Be a man, not a man. You comfort her the best way you know how. Flirt. Oh, so you decided to just combine the two. Be a man and be a man. Okay. It's the Mailk way, I guess. You wipe your hands clean, reaching over to tilt her head up to look at you. How about we get out of here? You're thankful to yourself that you bought gas on your way here. Your car isn't shitty. You try to keep it in pristine condition in case you bag a rich girl. The last thing you want is for some girl to bail on you just because she thinks you're broke. Besides, you're about to get a new one as soon as the check clears. You've had your eye on the new Lincoln Nautilus. You decide you can splurge a little and pay for the check, leaving a rather generous tip. You know ladies love when a man is generous. It's also just good to tip your servers. As somebody who has worked in restaurants, those tips, they mean a lot. Especially with this past pandemic, tip your servers. It's the polite, it's the respectful, it's the caring thing to do. It's quiet as you pull up to her house, the sound of old school hip hop filling the silence. It isn't awkward, just peaceful. There's none of the stilted post-date energy, just the two of you enjoying each other's company. This is new for you. Being so comfortable with someone you just met, you turn off your engine and the sounds of apartments and distant police sirens filter through underneath the music. So here we are. Yeah, here we are. Do you live alone? The question takes you by surprise, but you reach into your pocket to pull out your phone. You realize that you haven't touched it all night. A multitude of notifications are shown across your lock screen, but you can't be bothered to deal with them right now. You nod in answer to her question, glancing over at her with a raised eyebrow. You wanna fuck on the first night? I thought that was against the theater code. Fuck? No, I mean, maybe. I just don't want to deal with my family tonight. It's been such a good night. I don't want that to be over just yet. Oh yeah, that ain't a problem. I'm sure I got a spare toothbrush for you to borrow, and you can take my bed. You're so thankful that you cleaned your place earlier that day. Bringing someone home to a dirty room is never a good look. God, thank you. She reaches into her purse, pulling out a small sandwich bag filled with what it looks like to be neatly rolled joints. You're shocked for a second, before you remember she's a theater girl. What does that mean? So all theater kids just have pre-rolled blunts? Like, want to smoke? You could kiss this girl right here if you didn't think her family might be looking. Where have you been all my life? Isabelle laughs, lighting up as you pull off in the direction of your apartment. You don't even realize how close she lives to you. Before you know it, your apartment complex comes into view and you pass her back through the joint. You hop out of the car, running over to open the door for her. It's the least you can do. After all, she is smoking you out. Hell, you even go the extra mile, bending down to let her climb onto your back. Your ride awaits. You don't have to do all that. I can walk. You're my queen of the evening. It's my duty to serve you. With a roll of her eyes, she moves her glasses to the forehead and climbs onto your back. Once you've got her steady, she holds onto your shoulders in an attempt not to drop the joint. Your apartment is cleaner than you remembered it being. You set her down and take the joint back, taking a hit before setting it on the ashtray and the coffee table. So, welcome to Casa de... You're hardly given a chance to speak before she's pulling you down into a kiss. And before you know it, you find yourself leading her into your bedroom, filling up the quiet night air with sounds of your own. It's wild. See? Just like that. Like, just going for it. Oh, that's so cute. And the green in her hair, it just pops so well. It's nice. It's roughly 2 a.m. when you two come back to Earth. You get up to grab the joint discarded in the living room along with a couple bottles of water, lighting it and handing it to her. I thought you weren't trying to fuck. I said maybe, not yes or no. It was a maybe. You lay back beside her, your arm around her shoulder and her head on your chest. Really? This position is nothing new for you. But this time it's different. Somehow. It feels new. It feels right. Your inner monologue is interrupted by the sound of her voice. This was nice, thank you. No need to thank me. You're the one who planned this. Yeah, I guess I should give myself all the credit. She pauses to take a hit, exhaling slowly. Her eyes close as she relaxes even more, if that's even possible. Someone's enjoying themselves. Huh? Oh yeah, I don't really get much peace at home. I still live with my family. 2 sisters, a brother, my abuela, and my parents. Sometimes my tío lives with us, but he's with his girlfriend right now. That usually doesn't last long though. So you have a big family too? Yeah, I love them, but I just need space to myself. I feel that. After I dropped out of college, it's just family. My mom was never proud of me, or at least she never showed it. I got 2 sisters and a brother, and she loves them more, it feels like. But I still want to buy her a house and a car. Hopefully get her financially stable enough to leave my dad. Yeah, same. I want to get my family houses so they don't have to live with us when shit doesn't work out. Yeah, shit doesn't work out all the time, it feels. You're both quiet for a while as you finish off the joint. You typically don't talk to your one-night stands, but you feel like this is more than that. Like, there's an actual connection between you two. Connections like that are a rarity for a man like you, but you're not one to settle. In a wide, diverse world full of fine women and non-women, you don't want to think about this too hard. LOL, why would you just pick one? That's like saying all movies are bad just because you saw one bad one. Sure, that one vampire movie was god-awful, but it really does get better towards the end. But you're getting older, you have 2 kids, a career that's about to take off, and responsibilities to handle. You're nearly 29 years old. How long will your early 20s mindset last you? The sound of her voice snaps you out of your train of thought. You will have to revisit that stop later. I know this was nice, and it is nice, really nice. And I enjoy spending time with you, but... You don't mean to cut her off. You typically have better manners than that. Still, the thought of her crushing the perfect world you've just created in your head is enough to get you panicking just a little. She brought you clarity. You saw your future better when she was around. She made you think outside yourself. Strange thing to say about a woman you met a few days ago. Look, I like you, but I'm really not in a condition to pursue anything serious with you. It wouldn't be fair to do that to you if I can't commit to you 100%. I'm not mentally fit enough to worry about dating right now. You forget to breathe for a moment, blinking as you process her words. This is the first time in a long time that you've been rejected by someone you took somewhat of a liking to. It was, well, a wake-up call, to say the least. It wasn't like you wanted to date her, but you wouldn't have minded potentially being vulnerable after sex with her. The world doesn't revolve around you. Just because one thing is going well in your life doesn't mean everything else will fall in line. Sure, you got promoted to manager a few years ago, and that's a position you thought was the peak of your life for a long time. But now, your music, the thing you have worked on the most, is popping off. You have to change your mindset of this world if you're going to be successful. And then you had kids, 2 of them, with 2 different women that you can hardly speak to anymore because you realized too late that you didn't want to be a father. You think about Alice, about how she never wanted to be a mother either, and then her career took off, now being less of a mother than ever before. You love the child you had with her, but sometimes you can't help but think you 2 would still be together if your daughter was never born. Still, you have kids that you aren't taking care of, and for some reason, that isn't bothering you as much as you think it should. Maybe you weren't meant to be a father. Maybe the generational curse of bad parenting has passed on to you. He's going some low places. Now you've been here beside Isabelle. Oh, now you're here beside Isabelle, quieter than you really should be after she's pretty much just rejected you. You're used to things not working out, but why does this hurt so bad? Yeah, I get it. We can just be friends though, right? I still want to see you perform. Of course! Yeah, friends. I can do that. I still want to take you to some more seafood places. Hell, maybe I can introduce you to my own friend group. The eager tone in her voice calms you down despite the weight she just dropped on you, and you find yourself able to breathe again, despite the heavy feeling in your chest. Oh, that was just a yawn slipping out. You rub at your eyes with one hand as you run your fingers through your hair with the other. Falling asleep on me already? I've been up since like 7. Cut me some slack, queen. She yawns too, and Jesus fucking Christ, it's cute as hell. You press a kiss to the top of her head, shuffling around a bit to get comfortable. Before you know it, you're out like a light. Deadbeat Dad Club. Oh shoot, her makeup, the eyeshadow. I don't know. I'm going to really like Isabelle as a character. But that was cute. It's so soft. It looks so soft. I'm falling asleep next to each other. Alright, losing your pink lobster virginity, unlocked. Couch kissing, unlocked. Deadbeat Dad Club, unlocked. We unlock the next route. But there's another ending. Let's try this one. I want to buy the entire menu. I can't decide if I want to be generous today and buy the entire menu or not. Why would you do that? To flex on everyone else in the restaurant. It's the rapper's dream. Flexing doesn't mean you have to waste food just to show off. There are so many people who could use the money and food instead of it just getting tossed out because we can't finish it. But you know what? Maybe you are just some shitty rapper. What the? Where did that come from? Oh shoot. Isabelle takes the biscuits, metal basket and all, and walks out of the restaurant. The people at the nearest table stare hard at you, and you almost wish you were one of the biscuits in that bowl so you wouldn't have to deal with the embarrassment of being walked out on. Commotion at the Pink Lobster. Oh, those are cute character designs back there. I love the hair with the cap, and then the locks. I'm sorry, this is like a terrible moment for Mailk, and I'm over here like obsessing over characters in the background. So, one thing to know about Isabelle, she is passionate. So, but I'm pretty sure that's either the bad or the rare end. So we saw all the endings for Isabelle with Mailk. So next we'll be seeing Mailk and Rocky's route. But that will be for another day, for another video. Thank you for joining us this time playing ValiDate, and hope to see you next time. Have a good one.